This is one of my favorite parts. I can't wait for the show. Yay!
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I am currently being berated by our players, and they're telling me all the terrible things they're going to do to my nice ISB agent. Welcome to the Partisans of Parsh. This is episode 4. If you need to get caught up, you could check out Twitch. You should be able to get all of the videos, or you can go to our YouTube channel and get them there. This season, of course, is brought to you by Brendan, our executive producer from Patreon. He is amazing and allowed us to do this and get into streaming. So we are very, very thankful. We also have a ton of cool stuff on our Patreon. So if you're interested, you could head over to patreon.com/diceforbrains. And you can find us pretty much anywhere else with Dice for Brains. I think we've got most of it, if not all of it, on lock. Just in a very general sense, this is probably going to be the end of Act 1. They've done some terrible, terrible things to the Imperials here, and also kind of not been super nice to the Rebels. So they're sort of the resident BAs, I guess, is what it comes down to. I'm a little worried for this episode, so I'm trying to buy myself a little bit of time and process everything that was just said to me in the lead up to this. This is probably not going to go well, but I got one of these cards, and they're actually a little more hardcore than I thought they were. So. Anyways, let's get to the crawl and see what happens on the 4th episode of the Partisans of Parsh. Hello everyone, welcome to the show. This is the cast. I did it right finally, everybody, yay. For those of you in podcast form, I pointed the right direction on stream. Hooray, I've finally done it. Welcome to the 4th episode of the Partisans of Parsh. Let's meet our players and the characters they will be portraying. Joshu, do you want to introduce us to Pal?
Sure. First, I'm Joshu Reynolds, by the way. And this is Pal. He's a human soldier commando. His motivation is glory and loot. And I think that's pretty much what we needed to cover, right? Isn't that pretty much it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can go into whatever more detail you want, but give us a physical characteristic, or what's like a mannerism of Pal's.
Powell has a lot of swagger and his head's on a swivel all the time. He's got
Okay.
a brown hair mohawk and he's got like a CMOG bandana sort of face covering that he likes to wear into battle and a couple of low light goggles. And he also walks around with a sort of octagonal shaped blaster shield that goes over his left arm.
That's right, the shield.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And a knife and a blaster carbine.
A list of things you're going to pull on me at some point in the episode. Remember, I told you I had this. Yep, I got it. You've got all of the things.
Okay.
Eileen, how about you introduce us to Salcolia?
You keep telling yourself that you got this, okay?
Oh my gosh. This is just a continuation of the smack talk prior to the intro of this. Fantastic.
It's going down, folks. So, I'm Eileen Shaw. I'm playing Salculdia. She is a Solonian. For those of you that don't know what the Solonian people are, it's a type of weasel otter-like giant lady. She's 6 foot 7 inches. She's got this very long tail that is powerful, and she can use it to knock down people. And hopefully, we won't use it on the ISBH. Her career is a spy. She is a slicer. That's the specialization. My motivation is a connection type. So it's to prevent the Empire from bringing war to Salonia and to keep my den safe. And then my duty is intelligence.
Excellent. And we've sort of been establishing that the den is a catch-all term for your squad mates too, in a roundabout way, or it's developing like that. Excellent.
Yes. She's got the den mentality. So.
Wonderful. And I definitely will not mention any of the panic that besieged you when Roll20 crashed just before. So keep talking that smack. And
I'm getting excited to use my dice, okay?
And Susan, will you introduce us to Soli, please?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Susan White. I'm playing Soli Drift. Soli is a spy also, like Salcoldia, but she is an infiltrator. And she is on a desperate search for her older brother who was kidnapped by the Empire. And she's very upset about that because she lost both of her parents previous to her brother. And she has no family. So her squad is pretty much her family now. And she really wants to see her brother. And her duty is resource acquisition, which is basically taking stuff that doesn't belong to her and using it for the good of the for the good of the. No, I did not say that, Ross. Be quiet.
It's that spy coming through. You're just like, oh wait, no, right, yeah.
Exactly. No, it's for the obviously for the good of the rebellion,
Mhm,
and if it
obviously.
helps her own ends, then she will not hesitate to do so. And did I totally mention to you that she looks like a human being, but she's not?
That's right.
She is a Claudite shapeshifter. Shh, don't tell the rest of my team because they don't know that. Well, the characters don't know that.
Right. That should be fun. If we need a, well,
Yes.
we'll worry about that later. And Brendan, our executive producer, how about you introduce us to Nullus?
Hi, Brendan. Play Nullus Nuv, and he's a Solistan. He's a ace driver. He's motivated by vengeance, seeking to kill the Empire, pretty much. His duty is it's technically space superiority, but we kind of expanded it to be any vehicle combat superiority, really, at this point.
Yep. You have not. Oh, I feel bad. Like we brought you on the show and we've given you your character has just had the worst luck with squad mates, and general Empire blowing your friends up. So sorry about that. I guess I do apologize, but you did the scar to yourself. That one wasn't on me. Excellent. All right. So I guess very briefly. I want to know a little bit more about your characters. So, but let's touch base on what happened last time, because that's going to kind of shape the questions I'm asking. So, on the last episode, you spent some time in the base primarily. In fact, the whole episode was in the base, if I'm not mistaken.
Kind of wandered and crawled all over the base, even portions of the base that aren't even the base yet. They're still under construction.
Yeah, I made mention of that. Give a group of players 2 options between a well-lit hallway leading back to exactly where they're going and a giant sign that says "Do not enter," and it is probably pretty clear which one they're going to be taking. But that's cool. We learned some more stuff about the base. We learned some stuff about the medical bay, and we learned some stuff about kind of what was happening with the rebellion here and how their plans are really sort of not working out. But you gave some great suggestions, and they're running some simulations. So hopefully, maybe a new attack plan is going to be coming up. But then you were like quickly distracted by something else.
A couple of things have happened. I was my character Pal wanted to talk about Shady Town, the terrestrial or below the mountain sort of town that he was going to fly back to, and then after that, Soli and Selkudia were trying to get back to their captive.
That's right. You had like a conversation with Tenga before he flew back, correct?
Oh yeah,
Is that-
yeah. Which was already sort of, but he's a very difficult character to suss out. Like he wouldn't come out and really just share information.
No. Yeah, that's not
So
really his style.
Not at all. But he's up to things in Shady Town, and Shady Town sounded like a lot of fun, so I wanted to ask more about Shady Town.
Right. Well, and that's sort of the resting place of what amounts to the third cell of the rebellion, that kind of stream of underground, shenanigans, basically.
Okay. Yes, absolutely.
And then you got real focused on, well, you made a new fan, of course.
Yeah,
through a lot of good roles.
That was actually Soli's triumph.
That's right. That was my triumph. And I made friends with the prison guard by ripping off the Aegis patch from my sleeve and giving it to him. And he went all gaga and left us alone with the prisoner. And that's where we are right now.
Left alone with the prisoner's door, I believe.
Yes, we're still outside.
Which did not survive the encounter intact.
Right.
No, we got to experience Star Wars door logic for the first time on the Partisans of Parsh, which I love. I love that. That's such a wonderful little house rule. I encourage everyone to use that, and it makes sense in the logic of the movies, kind of. You can fudge it in the right way.
To start thinking about it like in a cinematic matter rather than necessarily a matter that makes a lot of sense.
Right, but so you had broken the door panel and then chosen that the door keeping you from the ISB agent currently chained to a table open. And it will remain that way until the door is fixed. And it took a mighty whap from a tail, if I remember correctly.
I wouldn't have had to do that if I didn't throw failures all night long. So
and triumphs, though. And triumphs.
Yeah, so I got a broken door and a cheeseburger. So.
You did.
Yes.
You did.
Whence comes the cheeseburger?
Oh.
Did you have the cheeseburger the whole time, or did it just...
the cheeseburger's within all of us.
Did he leave it inside the cell?
It was like a torture device, I'm assuming, for the prisoner, just out of his reach. So
quite possible. But we'll have to find out exactly what that is in just a second, because I need to know a little bit more about your characters. So, Pal, you're doing a little resource allocation of your own right now with the quartermaster here at the base. I think Nullus is with you, if I'm not mistaken.
If you want to call it that.
The
resources, the resource it hasn't even been processed yet. If you want to get bureaucratic, it's not a resource yet. It's just
true.
It's not even, as far as this guy can tell, it's not even been like cataloged.
Valid, absolutely valid. But can you tell me? Go ahead.
This is the second incompetent guy we've been dealing with.
They're not all incompetent. They're just, the information chain isn't working. So
that sounds like incompetence to me.
Yes, but more of the bureaucratic nature, less of my NPCs. I'm sorry, that's just how I'm playing. But anyways, sorry, I digress. So can you tell me about like a time Pal acquired something, be it like a weapon or something that the rebellion gave him that was like, oh yeah, this is amazing, this is it. Like maybe it's like a one-time use thing or whatever. Can you just tell me about one of those?
No, it's the shield he carries.
The shield. So that came from the rebellion.
That came from the rebellion.
Okay.
That, sir, is a Falcor 1900 Defender.
Oh.
It's a very good shield.
So how did you acquire it?
It was assigned to me.
Oh, so was there like a special
They were like
division or?
preventive- Well, it's for people who were doing armed extractions.
Got
For
you.
soldiers that were doing armed extractions, so they could generate cover for themselves and possibly for whomever they're extracting.
Excellent. Wonderful. And Salcoldia, I'm just making an assumption about what's going to go down. Also, you taunted me a whole bunch. So can you tell me about a time in like Salcoldia's life where she was present or part of a interrogation? I mean, this isn't your style really, is it?
Well, anytime we have an intruder come to the den, obviously we don't want them coming in. We don't want them bringing others to our planet. This is kind of our place. This is the whole reason I'm here, is to prevent others from going to my planet, prevent the Empire from spreading out. So yeah, whenever we've had an intruder, of course we would interrogate them. Are there more people in your party? Who are you with? What are you doing here? How did you find us? If someone died, it happened. But
Okay.
we wouldn't do that to
It
the Solon.
happened. Wow. Okay.
But any other species?
So you have been part of an interrogation where the subject did not survive it.
Yeah. It's Star Wars Darwinism.
Oh gosh. Don't tell Disney you said that. Jeez. All right. And Soli, I know Soli's young. Well, no, because Soli's not actually young. She just looks young, right? Is that, or is Soli herself actually pretty young?
Actually, she really is 19.
Okay. All right. All right.
She has chosen to disguise herself by changing her race, but not her age.
So has she ever done one of these like as herself? Like I assume you embody whoever you are currently looking like. So what kind of like psychological toll does that play on Soli when she's interrogating someone?
Oh, that's a good question. She is very used to appearing as a human being. They are probably the most common species in the galaxy right now. And Claudites do not like other species to know that they are Claudites because they're very unique in the galaxy. They have a very unique talent, being able to look like whoever they have seen before. And generally speaking, they do not want other people to know that they are shapeshifters. So she's very used to walking around as a human being. She is probably not as used to interrogating people, although she has a very high deception level. She has a level 2 deception, so that's how I keep rolling triumphs. And she is very good at telling lies in order to get what she wants. So I imagine that when she's going to interrogate somebody or try and get something from them, that she would naturally go into that kind of storytelling, not necessarily following the truth type thing, because she's very good at it. I don't know how she's going to react to somebody who's in a prison. She probably hasn't had that experience before because she's so young.
Right, right. Interesting. Okay. There's a lot to unpack there, but I think we'll have some time to sort of dive a little deeper into that. But for now, what about Nullus? So you're not getting to do a lot of what I think Nullus really likes to do right now. Are you getting antsy? Like, what's the longest you've been in non-flying missions? And this seems to be like one continuous mission outside of a little rest in a medical bay. You guys haven't really even stopped yet, so.
Yeah, I mean, we've been active. That's helped a little bit, but it's a lot of running around the base, talking to people, boring stuff like that. The real rebellion should just be out there fighting.
So what's Nullus like itching for right now? I mean, there's been a couple like options laid out. So are you picturing these battles already in your head? Like, what do you want a shot at?
He probably wants to be flying one of the ships in to infiltrate, drop off real stealthily one of the ground combat teams, and then extract them once they're done with their mission. That's really what he wants to do.
So you
Although,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
although flying a ship and destroying a base with its guns would also be entertaining.
So when you're just like walking around, you're basically just daydreaming about flying the whole time.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's amazing. Excellent. Wonderful. All right.
Al's got a suggestion.
Oh, for what?
Oh, we'll get to it.
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, you know what? Let's get into it. Let's start there. Because Pal and Nullus were together. They were in the quartermaster office storage area of the Jumar rebel base on Parsh. So the attendee here had become confused and distracted at your request and has wandered off at some point. There's a partition separating you from the innards of the storage array back there, and you've been waiting patiently for what seems like minutes. And it's rebel business. This is important. You got some stuff going on. You can hear an alarm happening. This is not going great, probably. The alarm's fairly startling, for sure.
There's an alarm?
Yeah, there's an alarm happening.
Oh, great. That's just great. Pal is going to, I'm assuming that there's some sort of hole in the gate for passing things through.
Yes, there absolutely
is. It just an open desk? Is there a mesh guard or anything silly like that in the way?
Yeah, there's an energy partition with a little slot.
With the little slot.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pal is going to go sliding his hand through the slot and start pawing around for a release button that might be nearby.
Ooh, well, I mean, you do have some options here. I think one of them might be a roll, though.
Okay. I'm not scared of rolls. And while he's doing that, he's going to float this idea to Nuv about Shady Town.
Please do. Please float this idea to Nullus.
I know we're just kind of hanging around here, and the info ops want the interrogation droid, but I think you and I should take a quick wing and go down and check out Shady Town. What kind of role do you need from me there, Ross?
Well, let's let Nullus respond to that bizarre request you're making while pawing under an energy partition.
You find that bizarre?
Slightly. There's an alarm going off, and a little bit. What does Nullus think?
I think we should get the droid first, then we can try to, when they're doing their own thing, there might be some downtime to sneak off and fly.
All right, if you think so, but yeah, maybe I guess while we're hanging out, we'll see what the alarm is.
Pal and Nullus want to go do some night flying after they handle the alarm. All right, well, there are other ways to approach this for Pal besides rolling, but if we're gonna roll, well, what?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean,
what do you want me to roll? You said I was going to roll.
Oh, I said there were other things. There are other ways to approach this besides rolling. If we are going to roll,
I could. You know what? Another thing I could do. I could flip a light side point.
Yes, you absolutely could do that.
So why don't I come at you with this?
Please do. Please come at me.
I'm going to flip a light side point because the droid is going to come hovering from behind the piles of junk and storage that's back there. It's going to make its way over to the desk and let itself out of the gate because it knew we were looking for it.
Okay. All right. So it
comes beeping and booping and knows it needs to get with us in order to get back to its master.
All right. Spend that light side point. I think you can do it off your character sheet. But yeah, because Pal and Nullus were still in this thing's visual array, that you were kind of the last enemies it had, and once it picked up a registry of you, it started moving it. So that's probably why the attendee hasn't been able to find it, because it's basically been tracking you the whole time it's been back there.
Well, now it needs to get to its master because it was taken over by Selkudia.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, that's right. So it's even slave to her. I forgot about that.
So it's trying to, through us, find her.
Okay.
That's my logic to this whole thing.
All right. Well, there is a small, round, hovering droid. It's got a lot of little appendages and other bits, and it is beeping and booping behind an energy partition.
Okay, so I'm going to tell it to hit the button and let yourself out, Ugly. We need to get back to your master.
Okay, so there is definitely a big red button since it's all part of that light side point. I think it uses this
Or
shocky
at least,
claw hand.
exactly. It's there.
It pushes
Easy
a
for-
button, the partition dissolves, and your little interrogation droid flies towards you very delightfully. It's happy to
Okay.
see you.
Oh, wonderful. I'm gonna go into a light jog
Okay,
and have it follow me back to Silcudia.
wonderful. It's doing its best to keep up.
Come on,
Nellis,
no.
I assume you're coming with you.
No, actually, I'm going to split off.
Oh no, let's separate again. Yes. What's going on, Nellis? What are
I'm
you
going to be
thinking?
looking for a ship.
You're going looking for a ship?
Yep. To fly a shady town with.
Okay. Well, I mean, you could always take the Aegis too. You know right where that is, and you already know how to fly that.
Oh, that's
And it was repaired, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Novus, you do Novus. You know. Do it.
well. I want to leave that ship at the base.
Okay.
Maybe try to find a smaller ship.
Something less conspicuous, maybe.
Got you. All right.
Smaller? I don't know if I can fit in anything smaller.
Yeah, you can. You love to tight spaces, you know.
I don't think he's going to take you with him. I think he's just going to go by himself, Eileen.
Better not go without me, man.
Yeah,
gonna
Yeah.
I think it was going to be. I think Nellis and Pal were going to sneak off in the middle of the night in some sort of ship.
Rendezvous.
That's right.
Well, hey, we could take you with. We just thought you were going to be really busy with your interrogations.
Oh no, this thing's only going to last a few minutes. I think it's either
Okay,
going to go
anyway,
good
so
for
that's-
them or dead. So.
What's going on with Nuv then? Like, let's go ahead and continue that.
So Nellis, there is a computer terminal back there, and I mean it's the quartermaster. It would make sense that there's a registry of ships, wouldn't it?
Yep.
All right, why don't you give me a computer check? I think the difficulty for this is only going to be 1. But I'm going to give you a setback die because it's completely unfamiliar and you're not sure you should be back there. So, you know, there's that whole, oh, am I doing something kind of wrong or not feeling vibe.
All right. So let's do a computers check.
Oh, wow. I shouldn't have made you roll that. I thought you were much worse at computers than that. Okay. So, yeah, 3 successes is enough. You found the full registry of pretty much every ship they have in this base. It is not a great list. They really needed something more like 16 additional. But there are roughly a squadron.
A squadron of what type of ships?
It's a mix of a whole bunch of stuff. There's some X-Wings, modified X-Wings, Y-Wings. There's a B-Wing.
Anything that looks like more of a transport type ship?
Oh, nothing that big, unfortunately.
No, but like just like 2 people, like not a combat ship. But it's like
You can get 2 people in an X-Wing, can't you? Or one of
No,
the modified
Y-Wing.
ones? Y-Wing? Yeah, you can get 2
Yeah.
people in a Y-Wing. There's a YT series in there too. So, you know, there's something big if you want it, but that's the only thing really giant.
But no shuttles, huh? No.
No, but we can both fit into a Y-wing if we have to.
Well, no. Keep digging and see. We might be able to. This is atmospheric. You know, they may have some sort of airspeeder instead, if that would suit you.
There is a whole list of recommended local transport.
Yeah.
There's a couple species of birds that they use. If you wanted to try like wild animal travel.
Birds don't have checklists.
Sure they
That's
do.
the T-shirt right there.
Yes.
But there are a few other options. And speaking of options, Soli and Salculia, you are standing in the doorway of a cell. There's an ISB agent that is trying to broaden his shoulders a little bit as he is manacled to the end of a table. His hands are in front of him.
Reaching out for a cheeseburger.
His eyes are darting from left to right, focusing on you individually.
I'll let Sully go first.
Well,
Back to roll 20.
Hello there. How are your wrists feeling?
fine. Why is that alarm going off? I should say.
They're just testing something. It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
How come the door's not closing behind you?
Fix the door. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, the door really isn't your concern right at the moment. We'd like to know what you're doing over on this side of the planet.
Searching for you.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, it seems you found us.
While
Yes.
she's chatting with him, can I try to disable the security alarm?
Sure. Give me a computer check.
Okay, and I'll raise you another by doing bypass security before you add that little.
I'm
one
already
you're gonna
adding a
add.
setback die for what? Now, and what are you doing? You're removing
Bypass
it?
security. Remove a setback die per rank of bypass security from checks made to disable a security device.
All right. Well, the alarm and tension of the scene is not even phasing you at all. You are so in control of this computer check. Possibly?
You're right. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh. Wow, no successes whatsoever. So you get immediately kicked out. It seems once the alarm is going, there is an increase in security protocols. So you can't even get in from this location anywhere. This whole area is like disconnected from the main thing. But you do have an advantage.
My advantage is that can I at least turn the sound like break the bell in this room so that it's quieter?
Yes, your advantage is you get so frustrated that you beat the speaker with your tail.
Again.
So it's still coming in from the hallway a little bit, but
So you
it's
can
much
hear it
quieter now.
He's more focused.
You have your glaive with you, right? So you use it to like
Yeah.
chop the speaker off the wall. Is that what? That's what I'm kind of picturing.
I
Or
don't
was
want
it?
to damage the blade on.
Yeah, I imagine
Probably first
tail
flesh.
equals frustration, so it's
Yeah.
fantastic. Plus, that's a really intimidating. The little ISB agent jumps back, his shoulders tense up. He's got his hat's a little crooked, but he can't quite get his hands all the way up there to fix it. But his uniform is fairly clean outside of being tossed around.
We need information, and I think you have it.
Of course I do. And we
So
needed
why don't you
information
ask?
from you.
Yeah, but if you talk to us, then this will be less painful for one of us.
True, but you're up against a clock.
Whatever. I'll just break it.
That's not the type of clock I mean.
Doesn't
But I
matter.
feel better about our chances. Thank you.
Tell us about the tilt.
What about it?
How many men do you have there?
Half dozen, maybe? It's fired remotely.
Remotely. Okay. What were you guys doing around here?
Searching for you.
Why?
It seems one of your forces encountered ours, and we captured some of your soldiers. And we were hopefully trying to find the rest of you. You couldn't be far off, and we were right.
Where'd you take those soldiers to?
Oh, they're at the camp. This is what I mean about against the clock. We've got a 6-8 hour head start.
Why are you being so forthcoming with the information?
Because there's absolutely no way you can extract anything from me before we can extract it from your operatives. They're on the way already, probably.
How many?
All of them. It doesn't matter. You walked me through your halls. I know what you have here. It'll be
So
a
we
mercy kill.
Mercy kill. I don't need a mercy kill. Sully, did you check his pockets?
I will do that right now.
See if
He
you have
has
any.
been disarmed. He's a little on the skinny side and a little tense and kind of reacts when you pat him down. He's got his ID cylinder and that sort of thing, but nothing else of note.
Okay, so no data pad or anything like that.
But he
No,
still
all of that
has
would have
his-
been
He
confiscated.
still has his
Right
ID
back.
cylinder?
Yeah.
They left it on him?
Yep. I mean, it's been disabled, obviously, so they just kept it there.
I'm just gonna say, the thing could be a beacon.
It absolutely is. They've already thought of it. So there's a whole. They block the signals once you're down here. They're not that inept.
That's true. That's true. They were talking about that.
But we should take it anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got a fun thing that you could beat him with later.
Well, not that. We could use it as like a beacon if we need to create a trap to lure people.
Ooh,
That may be useful
clever,
later.
clever. All right. Well, you
Yes,
have a
good
disabled
idea.
ID cylinder for this ISB agent.
Are you taking that, or am I taking that solely?
I'll hold on to it.
Well, he's really useless.
I agree.
So what do you do with him? He's just a human.
I beg your pardon.
I mean, you smell a little different, so this guy smells worse. I think it wouldn't hurt just to kind of crush him.
Did you break down the door to insult me? Is this a rebellion tactic I'm unaware of?
Salcoldia, there's really no need for that sort of thing.
Fine, we can just keep him locked here.
Yeah, let's just keep
You've
him here.
broken the door.
Whine about
Well,
it.
we wanted to talk to you, so now we don't.
Well,
You're
this was fun.
useless.
I'll admit that hurt a little, but okay.
How much longer till I jog up there with the torture droid in tow?
Well, you are rounding the corner of the hallway in front of, or that passes right by that cell door, just as Bronwyn is rounding the other corner. She is in like full attack mode, blaster out. They're taking corners. She's got a few rebellion soldiers with her.
Okay, they're gonna get quite a show.
She makes eye contact with you down the hallway and starts making like hand gestures and stuff like that.
No, I make some hand gestures back that everything is okay. Thumbs up.
She gives you the like confused hand gesture, like you can't hear
Like
this
this,
alarm
like-
going around.
Yeah, and I'm like, and so as I get closer, I'm like, it's us, we got this. And then I turn the corner in there, run over to the restrained captive, and punch him across the jaw.
Hello. Oh. You punch a chained up, defenseless person. It hurts him a lot.
And then I grab him by the throat and start snarling at him. Who sold us out? Who sold out the Aegis Wing? Talk, you dog, before I skin you alive.
Who sold out what? What are you talking about?
I don't like his answer. I choke him a little bit more and start with the slapping.
Okay, as you are throttling and beating this prisoner, Bronwyn puts her
Please
hand
tell
on
me I
your
knocked
shoulder.
some furniture over. That would just make
Oh yeah, there's stuff going flying everywhere. Bronwyn is trying to like pull you back, and so are the rebellion soldiers. Hey, you stop that.
This droid is going to tear you apart. We've reworked it to hollow you out and then operate you like a puppet. And it's not going to bother me at all. It's going to make me happy.
Bronwyn pulls you out of the room into the hallway. What do you think you're doing?
I play along. I play along physically,
Uh-huh.
but I'm going to keep on snarling and yelling the entire
Of course. I don't think she's quite figured it out yet, so she's pushing you probably a bit more forcefully than she needs to for
fine.
this
She's
ruse.
more than-
But
yes, it also sells the act.
yes, she gets you outside in the hallway and like pushes your back against the wall. What are you doing? It's actually the first time she's like really seemed like a leader since you've been here, so it's a kind of cool moment.
Yeah.
But she
What
snarls
what
right
does
at
she
you.
say? She's like,
What are you doing? What has gotten into you?
well, I shout really loudly, they can't keep me sedated forever, you dog. I'll finally find you. I'll find you and skin you. As I'm like walking backwards away from the door in the hallway, and then like give her a big smile and a thumbs up. Like, great job. You really sold it.
That's amazing. She's like stunned. This is amazing. She's slackjawed while you're doing this, and she kind of like waves and thumbs up. And then inside, the ISB agent is completely panicked. He's looking from Salcoldia to Sully, like, unchain me, maybe? I don't know. Am I gonna get hurt? But
Salcoldia just looks him up and down, and then she turns to approach Pal outside, and then she just lets her big tail knock him off the side, so he just falls over in the chair as she
so
exits.
you two beat a chain defense. So the chair falls
I didn't
over.
kill him.
And he kind of falls, but he's also chained, so now he's sort of like hanging half out of a chair on the ground. Yeah, it's an unfortunate
We're
position.
setting Soli up to do this. The good
So,
cop. We have-
Soli is going to walk slowly over and lean down and kind of look into his face and kind of help him up, fix the chair so that he can sit down again. Check his chains just to make sure that he's still secured.
He is still secure.
She's gonna act a little bit nicer to him.
All right. As the chair settles, we wipe to the quartermaster's office, where Nullus's face and big giant eyes are illuminated by a screen as you are thumbing through the ship registry.
Yep. I think we found the Y-wing.
Yes.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
Gonna start. Can I do any sort of check to see if the ship's locked down at all, and if there's a way to get it unlocked?
Yeah, there's a whole like pre-flight terminal at the dock.
Okay.
So, and it's one of the 4 docks in here, so it's actually right next to the dock the U-Wing's in. So you're already kind of familiar with the layout enough to jaunt
All
over
right.
there.
So I start heading towards that terminal, and just try to unlock the Y-wing.
Occasionally you see somebody like running by as the alarm is blaring. As you start getting closer, it dies down a little bit, but it's still going as you reach the terminal. It's behind like a big glass wall, so you can see into the dock, and there's a few different X-wings and some Y-wings there. It's a decent little array. There's nobody currently working on anything, so it looks like you've got the room to yourself.
All right. Can I do some sort of computer check or something to unlock the ship?
Yes, yeah, you need like codes to initiate the pre-flight for it from here. So.
Hey, let's do this. Let's use a light side point.
Oh, okay.
Say that I got the codes off of the first terminal I was at the quartermaster's office.
Absolutely, you were in there. It's the quartermasters. It didn't need to be locked down. It's behind a partition. There's no way a droid's going to just let you in. So cool. Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
So unlock the Y-wing and start heading in towards the dock.
All right, so you get this walk down some illuminated stairs into the main hangar bay, and you can hear the Y-Wing's engine starting to purr a little bit as it warms up.
Yeah, and I also, as I head towards the ship, try to raise PAL on the comlink.
All right. So, Pal, you and Salcoldia are in the hallway, about to start speaking when your comm goes off.
Hello, it's Pal.
Hey man, do you want to go to the Shady Town?
I totally want to go to Shady Town. You just missed all the action. Salcody and I just bad copped to Soli's good cop and probably get some information out of the captive. They also had this brilliant idea of setting off the alarms to make the captive super afraid of what was going on and unsure of themselves. And I say out loud so the whole group can kind of hear my stage whisper and hold a thumb up to the commander, trying to sell her that this was all intentional. Then start my light jog away from all that to head down to where the Y-wing is, next to the U-wing.
Excuse me, what's up, Shady Town?
I don't know. I'll let you know as soon as we find out. We got to go down there and check it out real quick. Do a little recon.
Okay.
Bronwyn sort of perks up when you say that. Wait, are you heading down to Shady Town for what?
Oh, no. It's a code we have for when we're going to gamble.
Okay.
But if we do head down to Shady Town, we'll let you know, okay?
Good, because I have something I need done. So.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll head down there right now. What do you need done?
I just need to know why Varn sent Tenga to the meeting. So talk
Who's
to
that?
Varn.
Varn?
Yeah.
Give who's Varn? Who am I looking for?
He's the rebel liaison down there.
Okay.
But Tenga's been coming almost every time recently.
All right. We'll
Haven't seen him
go
around.
No, we're on it. You got it. I start walking backwards away from her. We'll go find Varn right away, then turn around and jog down the hall.
All right. So Coldia, Pal's about to run off.
Bronwyn, are all your human men this strange?
No, but I don't know that many. So, I mean, averages, statistically, you know.
Okay. Anything I should be aware of when going to this shady town?
Wait, you're going to Shady Town?
Apparently.
Yeah, it's full of criminals, so be careful. People
Okay.
tell you they support the cause that don't, so keep an eye out.
I'll keep
At
my
this
word.
point, Soli comes around the corner and says, "Wait, I want to go too. I heard they had good food there."
Inside the cell, the ISB agent is just looking perplexed, staring at the wall and the knocked over furniture.
I don't know. He might make a break for it now.
He can't. He's chained to the table.
I can. Well, is he chained to the table or is he chained to the chair?
It's chained to the table.
I think he's
Oh.
chained to the table.
He's going to have to start chewing that.
I fixed his chair for him.
Okay. Maybe we'll start chewing his arm off. I don't know what he's going to do.
Get any information out of him, Soli?
Oh, the guy's useless. He knows nothing.
Well, come on. We did all that effort so you could start working your spy magic on him.
Yeah, but he's not going anywhere. I mean, he's chained to the table, for goodness sakes, and I want to see what this Shady Town thing is. It sounds really cool.
Okay. I'm not, this is like, well, this is metagaming right here. You know, our characters aren't talking about it.
So Braun would kind of, all right, I'm going to go finish running these simulations. I assume one of you is going to fix the door to keep the prisoner locked in. So I'll just let you figure out who that is.
Yeah, no problem. We'll get what's his name over here. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You done with that? You just done hiding that patch I gave you? Can you fix this
Oh, that
door?
guy ran back to the barracks. He's not here. Plus the alarm went off, so now everybody knows he left his post. He's not coming back.
Oh,
Soli
man.
just lifts the door and stands it right in front of where it was. Pats on the door. And there you go.
Thanks, Sally.
Clang.
I mean, it's the keypad that's broken. You didn't knock it like completely in, but
I'll just write a sign.
so you just kind of like yank it down. So you're leaving it broken, but using your brawn to
sparking
pull
on
it
the
back
side.
like a garage door. Okay, all right.
Oh, he's going to try to drag that table out there.
So the three of you are now standing in a hallway.
I was jogging away.
You were jogging away. So Pal's
I got
been
a
having
head
this
start.
conversation.
I want to
at
get
an
on the
increased
Y
volume.
wing before anybody else, so I get to go to Shady Town.
Hey, pal, wait for me.
No, stay there. You've got interrogations to do. Bye. See you.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to come.
Okay,
with
love you. Bye bye.
So Salcoli and Soli, are you chasing Pal now through the rebel base?
Yes.
Oh, you want to? All right, let's do this. You want to have a contested athletics roll?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think it matters that much. We're talking.
I'm
It's
not
not a
chasing,
race.
it's
Race.
Walk.
You don't think so? Think it's a game? Yes.
No, Nullis is going to let me on. He likes me. Come on, man.
So
No, no,
Coldia is walking. Pal and Soli are running full speed as this has now become a race.
Yes.
All right. So I think Soli has initiated the chase. So Soli is gonna roll this.
I was expecting this chase. Don't you be like that. I got a head start.
It's
I'm
contested.
dogging her.
Oh yeah. What's your athletics, Joshua?
I got a rank
Sorry.
of
What
1.
is Pal's athletics?
I've got a rank of 1, but a dice pool of 3, so it's 1 yellow and 2 green.
All right. Soli, make an athletics check as you are running through the hallway.
Very
Can I give her a boost die?
No, I get the
Can
boost.
you
I have the
give
head
her a
start.
boost die?
Yes.
I get the boost. I have the head start.
Wait, are you going to trip him with your tail? That would be
No,
awesome.
My torture droid is here now. I want to just give him a little shock.
You're going to shock Pal with the torture droid?
Just so-
Oh my
just so you
God,
can
I
catch
love
up.
you. Right,
So
I'm
the
rolling now.
okay, the torture droid is now in the race too. I don't know if it can happen. Oh
All
no!
right, I got a success.
Is that
All
the
right.
correct pool? Oh, I guess so. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's how you did it. All right, gotcha. Yep.
So
But you
Soli
didn't
is
give me an advantage die for having a head start. But,
no, because you have a head start. So Soli is with one success is now starting to gain some ground on you.
All right.
She gets motivated.
Pal, slow down.
See ya.
You just yell back, "See ya."
Such a
Yes.
jerk sometimes. So, Cody, are you listening to this?
You guys are having fun. I'll just catch up when I get there.
You're just walking with your interrogation droid.
Well, he was trying to show.
Right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, interrogation droid is now in the mix. So we're looking for that despair to come up. Nullis, you are in the Y-Wing. It's great, man. They keep it pretty clean. It looks like it's a good working order. There's some bombs on it. That's pretty cool. There's some guns.
Yeah.
Like, this thing's ready to go. They weren't messing around. They're ready to do something.
Yeah.
Are you just sitting there laughing, like just laughing, like, yeah, I'm in I got bombs.
So I started turning the ship up,
Okay.
spinning up the engines, getting it ready to lift off.
It hovers pretty good. Like, everything looks nice. You just sort of spin it around and, turn it about 90 degrees, and there's a big hangar exit. You assume it's going to follow some similar trajectory as how you got in, and will spit you out somewhere on the underside of the floating city here on Parsh.
All right, and I'm just gonna relax while Al shows up.
Okay. All right, so in the hallway there, Salgoldia, you're just walking. The alarm is just now finally stopped going, which is great. So now you can sort of hear the footsteps on metal in the distance as Pal and Soli are having a race pretty much right now. So Soli, let's get another check.
Can I roll against her this time?
Sure.
I mean, does
No,
it
actually,
matter?
we've already got this one loaded. Let's just keep it this way since she was the initiator.
Okay.
Alrighty, here's another athletics check coming up.
Oh, no!
Oh,
I tried to
Oh,
say.
no.
that
Pal
is
did try to save you.
a fair and an advantage, folks. Ay, ay, ay.
So, Pal's really fast, and he's doing some parkour stuff where he's bouncing off the wall and projecting himself down the hallway a little faster. He's pulling some moves that you're surprised. You're like, that's actually pretty impressive.
I skid pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't twist my ankle when I do.
So you have an advantage. I mean, you have failed this roll,
Yes.
and there's a despair that we're going to talk about in a second. But what's that advantage?
Let's see. The advantage is that the torture droid is going to catch up to where Pal is, and so he's right. The droid is right on Pal's shoulder, ready to respond if Salcoldia happens to need it. Hint, hint, hint.
Make me hurt it.
Got you. So the little shocking interrogation droid. It's an interrogation droid, not a torture droid. But I like where you're going with it already. It's sort of zooming and catching up with you, and it's mildly distracting. And you have enough time to kind of get your hand up there and force it down the hallway a little bit more with a half throw and its own thruster as it catches up to Pal. But
he runs into it and passes it like a basketball at
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I like it.
And that distraction, of that device, really, you should not have been looking to your right. And that your number one fan, the guard, now the alarm stopped. He feels it's safe, so he is emerging from the quarters as he's spinning, because this droid just flies past him real quick. So he turns back, and it's all in slow motion. He's got safety, it's pinned on his own, he's already rocking the patch, and he's pulling his hands up to his face as you collide into him in slow motion and tumble to the ground.
Ouch.
And then you hit and slide a little bit and land in the corner somehow, and he's all on the ground. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Ow. Oh, gosh.
It's super embarrassing.
Oh man. Oh.
What's going on?
There's no way I'm gonna catch him now.
Who are you chasing?
Well, yeah. Pal like turns around for a moment, just worried for a second that Sully might actually been hurt.
Right.
But when he doesn't see any broken bones or blood, he turns around and keeps running.
There's a little bit of blood, but not enough to worry about.
Okay, fair.
You
So what is
you had a moment, a moral quandary. Acceptable amount of blood. I'm not.
What is this guy's name again?
His name is Bilk.
Bilk. Oh, Bilk, man. I was trying to catch up to my friend here. I'll never reach him now. God, my head hurts. Do you have any soda?
There might be some in the mess. Well, where were you going? What were you chasing him for?
I was just trying to hang out with my squad, you know, but he's long gone now, man. This sucks.
Where was he going?
Tell him nothing. Trust no
Never
one.
mind. It's not important. Man, do you always have to be in the way like that? I mean, geez, don't you look when you go around corners?
There was a droid. Did you see the droid? It flew right past me.
Yeah, I know. That's ours. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry. I was distracted. I'm sorry.
All right, fine. Come on, let's go get the soda.
Okay, I can show you.
I gotta go by Medical Bay too, so you can take me there too.
Okay, cool. Oh, okay, yeah, no, definitely. And he perks up a little bit, and Bilk starts walking the opposite way you were just running from, as Salculdio is walking around the corner.
Oh God, my head. Ouch.
Sully's got a friend, Salculdia.
You okay there, Sully?
I'm fine. Just go. Just keep an eye on Pal, for heaven's sakes. He's acting really strange.
I have a feeling he doesn't want us to join them on their trip.
Well, so what? So when has that ever bothered you?
Oh,
I'll chat with him, see what's going on.
it's not like that, guys. There's only enough room for one other person on the Y-wing.
Nullis, you're getting very impatient in the hangar bay. Like, God, what is happening? I've got bombs on this thing. And then you see a panicked Pal running through the doors, heading straight for the Y-wing.
Yep, climbing on board.
I'm just thankful that he's finally here.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And you've already got like your fingers hovering over it, so he slots in behind you and you bring the glass. Is that how what? Yeah. And you bring the glass down and are
Yeah,
ready
yo,
for
back.
flight.
Are you strapped in?
I'm strapping in, Skipper. Let's take off. Is this a gunnery seat or is it like a co-pilot seat?
It's a little bit of both.
A little bit of both? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes, I respond like, yes, Nov. Sorry it took me forever. I had to get in a foot race with Sully for the opportunity to come down. Let me call and make sure she's okay. So, I want to get on the horn and ask Solcudia is like, hey, sorry that Sully took a spill back there, but she's a tough kid. I'm sure she'll be fine. We'll let you know all the info when we get back, okay?
Why are you guys leaving without us?
There's not enough room in the Y-wing. Let's go, Skipper.
Y-wing? What happened to the U-wing?
I just start advancing the throttle and get out of the dock.
Yes, I'm just excited to get to fly around in a Y-wing.
Even at speed
You guys
1.
steal that, or
Oh,
Did you steal
no.
it? Sort of?
Nope, this is requisitioning. That's all. We'll go over that later.
I had the codes to unlock the ship. Obviously, I can use it.
Yes,
Don't forget we're
permit.
guests here, okay?
Accessibility implies permission.
We broke onto this
Towards
planet
one.
with codes, but that definitely means.
Here's another.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
we'll be safe, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, even at speed 1, it's still kind of scary because there's a lot of jagged rock and it's not really straight, but you can pretty much get out. It shoots you out at like a 45-degree angle, sort of pointed down out of what would be the west side of the floating island on Parsh, but it's really hard to tell when you're actually ejecting from the rebel base where you are. And you've got some sort of idea, if I remember correctly, you got coordinates off of Tenga, so you basically know where you're going, and it's pretty much straight down. It seems, and even though it is almost nighttime. Like it's only night for like 2 hours here, but you can see the nighttime sort of encroaching. There are the main Atreyu City rock, the mining rock, and then some other large rocky outcropping. The way they have positioned themselves in the magnetic levitation above the planet's surface, it creates this intersection of shadow just beneath you on the surface, and you're just flying roughly straight down towards it.
Okay. So it's a shady spot thanks to the floating mountains.
Yes, yeah. The temperature increases quite a bit when you get closer to the surface. You're in daytime, you were on the surface at night, it was tolerable. This is starting to throw off real like problems of heat signatures and that kind of thing. You would probably not want to be walking around on the surface down there.
Okay.
Not for too long, anyways.
So do we see some lights maybe at the city thing, like or the town, or
Once you start getting close enough, I mean, it's these Atreyu City floats like a mile over the surface, so I mean, it takes a minute to get down there. But yeah, you start seeing some shanty building style stuff, some electrical lighting, that kind of stuff. I mean, it's a functional, smallish city basically. And
yeah.
can come at it from one angle and start flying over it. It's meant to disguise, so all the buildings and structures sort of blend in with the natural kind of metallic-like surface of the planet, and the electrical storms will reflect everything off of it, so they blend it very, very well. And there doesn't seem to be like an established dock or anything. So as you're flying a loop around Shady Town, I'm assuming you're looking for a place to put it down, Nullis?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
Any
right.
just blank areas where nothing is next to the city?
Yeah. I mean, and it seems like in a natural kind of way, most of the larger, more established buildings are towards the center, and then it gets spottier on way out as it radiates. So you can find a open area on the outskirts of town, but remember the ground is not super firm, and there's those electrical sort of crawling ball lightnings that occur. So you want to kind of be careful where you put it down.
All right. I assume I'm gonna need to make some sort of check to land this thing.
Yeah, I think so. Let's just get a piloting check. This is going to be fairly standard, but I'm going to give you a setback die because of the surface nature of this planet.
And think I can remove that.
No. Why?
Yes.
What does setback die ever do to you? You never get to
Let me just. Yeah, I have skill jockey.
so all right.
Remove one setback dice and planetary piloting. Planetary.
Yep. Let's give it a roll. Oh my! Wow!
Bluey.
Wow!
Wow.
Oh, the landing is impressive, man.
That is
You didn't
six
need to do a
successes.
barrel roll, but that was a lot of fun, Nov.
Yes, it's an absolute picture
Yeah.
perfect.
Nov turns
Landing.
it turns it upside down for a minute so we can get a better look at the place, and then turns it right back up.
Yeah,
I
you
don't-
find this nice like cliffy outcropping where you could set it down at sort of an angle, so you've got a nice establishing shot of the city lied out before you, and you from a sort of higher vantage point as you emerge from the Y-wing completely successfully. Wow, totally crushed that. The two threat are people have noticed you, but it's a Y-wing and you set it down. You sort of expected that, so you might want to expect some other things soon. But back in the rebel base, Salcoldia, Soli, Bilk, and an interrogation droid are having a conversation in a hallway on the way to the mess.
Oh, they are gone. They hijacked a Y-wing somehow.
Oh, that's so cool!
It's not cool at all.
Come on, that's pretty cool. They stole a
They've gone
Y-wing.
But we need to
Well,
stick together at this
Salcoldi,
point.
it is cool, but we wanted to be on it. So that's not cool.
I don't like dividing the party when there's so much at stake. I think we need to stick together and
And
let's
Burrow.
go talk to Bronwyn. We need to find out if she's come up with a plan or if any of her things had gone through. I can't think of the word.
Oh, any of the simulations she was running?
Simulation.
Yeah.
Something with an S.
Well, luckily her office, where you were having those meetings earlier and where that large computer with the holo display was set up, is on the way to the mess. So after a few minutes, and Bill can kind of take one hallway right where he should have taken a left, and present you in front of the door. I mean, it's getting really late. She might not be up still, but...
She'll be up. We'll get her up.
All right. Well, there's the door keypad right in front of you.
And there recently has been a lot of excitement. She may still be awake.
Yes, very true.
So, wait, do I have to try to hack the keypad, or can I knock on the door?
You could just open the door probably, but I don't know, because you've been just beating things with your tail randomly, and yeah. You want to just try to open the door first to start with?
Okay, I do that gentle tap, 1, 2, and then I try to open the door.
All right, you touch the keypad, the door voomps up. Bronwyn is sitting at the desk with her hands against her temples as a flashing simulation in red is laid out before her.
Hey, how'd the simulations go?
Not well. How'd the interrogation go? She looks at the droid that is with you.
It's my new toy. Yeah, all he said was the tilt is remote controlled. There's about a dozen officers there. He took all the captives of the rebels to the camp. Really everything we've already known. So, and he did say that people were coming here, so we have to act quickly.
I've run a dozen different simulations. The 3-pronged assault was the one that's going to work. There's one that was mildly successful with 2, but we'll need to make sure we pull forces out of the mine. That's the only way. We'll need to take out the tilt and assault the mine at the same time, and then hopefully establish enough force to take out Camp Hope.
Then let's do that. As soon as Pal and Nellis get back from Shady Town.
Just to be clear, it was successful on 1 simulation.
That's the best we've got, unfortunately.
I suppose so. We could leave like Command did.
We could, but I think we need as many people as we can going forward.
Are you ready to die for this?
I'm ready to kill for this.
Did the simulations include a Solonian in any of their equations?
There is an option for superior force.
But that's not the... I mean, I just feel like Salcudia would be like, pound her chest and be like, your simulations didn't account for me.
What's Sully doing?
Is that the battle cry? Is that the noise your people make? Please. They whinny?
I tried to think of like
Hey, Salcudia. Hey, Salcudia, my head really hurts. I need to go to the medical bay with what's his name here. And
quick question, does your face hurt?
yes, it does.
Because it's killing me. Ow!
Some of that famous Salcudia humor.
All right.
Okay.
You're making my headache worse, not better.
Bronwyn, we'll catch up as soon as I get Pal and Nellis back. I'll come back and we'll set a time to attack.
All right, well, find me when you return. I'm going to sleep. She shuts down the holo projector. The whole simulation dies.
Okay, let's go.
It's
Sully.
always trying to sleep.
No sleep for the wicked.
She doesn't seem like she's doing a very effective job there, does she?
I think she's doing just fine.
Come to her defense that she's just overtired. Okay, it's all right. She doesn't need to delegate responsibility to us. We'll just take responsibility.
All right, come on, let's go to medical bay. It's right down the hallway here.
Well, Bilk does his best to stick up for Bronwyn. She's in a tough situation, but he also thinks you're super cool, so he doesn't push her too hard. And you arrive at the medical bay to a very comforting voomp up of the door and a smiling, large, voluminous haired person. Hello?
Are you the doc? I need help.
Yeah, you do. Have a seat.
My head is bleeding. It really hurts.
Sorry, that was my fault. And what are we doing on the surface of Parsh? Nellis and Pal are in a Y-wing overlooking a weird little impromptu city.
Yes, I guess we're going to approach the city. So
Well,
like the plan?
Well, first we're going to get out of the ship, and I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
I thought the other two were going to interrogate that guy.
I thought they were too. I'm not sure why they kind of dropped that plan. They're the spies. They probably have got some idea that if they let him stew in his own juices, it'll go better. I don't know. That's not my department. I just went in there and played bad cop like I was trained to do, you know. Plus, between you and me, it was a little fun.
Okay. Yeah,
You
but
beat
I
that
was not
poor guy.
expecting.
You beat him so hard. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say I was not expecting that they were going to try coming here with us.
I didn't feel like explaining the entire thing to him because then, frankly, they'd go ahead and take my spot on the Y-wing. So I ran over here first. Let's lock it down. If necessary, I can bribe one of the locals to keep an eye on it.
All right. Thankfully, nobody else knows we're here. So,
as far as we know, I'm not sure about that. You know the way that these scavenge rats can be, man.
Well, and they definitely have the Y-wing tracked. I mean, Rebellion knows you're here. I mean, they couldn't. Really
They know
stop
we're
you.
here. That's
Yeah.
not the thing.
Lots of people know you're here. Everybody.
Either way, so we're gonna start heading. We're gonna start heading into town after he shuts down the Y-wing.
All
Right.
right. So you
shut it down. We're going to, it's not as secure as, a docking bay, but we can secure this somewhat.
Yeah. Somebody probably won't steal it, more than likely, and then leave you stranded down here. That would be terrible. The ground is also terrible. It cracks and bends under your feet. It's difficult to retain your footing if you were like running, but at a walk you can manage.
Okay. So it counts as like difficult terrain or a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit?
difficult terrain. Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, this is something, isn't it?
You find
So I
what
imagine that the buildings are probably built on some sort of platforms or foundations to keep them from getting affected by this sort of
absolutely.
available dirtness. That's what I'm visualizing.
Yes, collections of the more metallic structure, more metallic plant life, that sort of thing. They use it to build foundational bases and then bring in scavenged materials for everything else. So most of the walls and ceilings there are, ship parts or, metal, industrial, mining equipment, that kind of stuff, all scattered materials. There's also some natural materials, so you'll see some like bone elements incorporated from the larger creatures that inhabit the planet. You can find like a street area, a main street. There are some ground-based vehicles, but not very many. It's not quite nighttime yet, but again, here in Shady Town, you've crossed a threshold of shade. So it's darker here. Everything is sort of tinged more brown, and it's difficult to see sometimes. That
Kind
sort
of like
thing.
dusk light.
Yeah, exactly. And the weird winds, everything whipping across the surface, kick up that metallic dust, so it glints a little bit. It creates some natural sort of camouflaging obfuscation. So it's not the best and easiest thing to be walking through, but you make your way into the city. What are you looking for?
Well, we're going to be looking for somebody so we can start questioning about Varn. So I think we're going to have to go with skullduggery or streetwise. No,
Yeah.
do you have any ranks in that?
Don't think so.
I like
I
that.
don't either.
Let's get a streetwise check.
I've got a rank of 3. I've got a cunning of 3. Nuv, do you have a cunning of? What's your cunning?
2.
So
Streetwise is 2, and what was the other one we're looking for?
Skullduggery was another suggestion I had.
2.
Well, let's do a check where like you and I canvassing together. I could roll the 3 dice with a boost die.
Yes, yeah, as a group check.
Start
Yeah,
questioning
absolutely.
people about Varn.
Yep. I got it loaded up. Give it a roll.
So just roll my streetwise and
Yep.
add the boost.
No, I've got everything added. You just need to roll your
Okay.
streetwise.
Cool. Thank you, man.
Mhm.
Eventually here. Sorry. Okay. 3
All right.
successes and an advantage.
3 successes and an advantage. So it's pretty easy to find what amounts to a cantina for Shady Town.
Okay.
It's where people are amassing. It's, you know, you've seen a person here and there, a lot of droids, but the first time you see a collection of people.
All right. Maybe with
laughing,
some music playing and some
Absolutely.
libations.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. And we ask around, like, you know. if
Well,
you've
what's
seen
your advantage
Varn.
before we go any further? You have found the cantina here in Shady Town.
Oh, I also found this. Well, when I was asking around for Varn, we ran into the kids that are basically part of the Scrapper gang and bribed them 50 credits to keep an eye on our Y-Wing.
Okay, so you paid
That's
some local
That's
kids
my advantage. I spent
50 credits. Okay, to guard your Y-Wing. All right, so
Yes.
I will not be super jerky and steal it right away.
Right away.
At least
Thank you
not.
for
At least I will
delaying.
have
Yes,
to.
until we forget about it, and then you pounce.
Yeah, or I'd have to do it over the body of my own NPCs at this point. So, well done, well done. Very defensive. And you go into the cantina.
Following directions to, I guess we'll walk up. They probably said ask the bartender or something like that
Yeah,
about Varn.
definitely.
That's what I'm imagining. That's somebody who would know.
Yes.
So,
So you walk into the cantina,
Yeah.
and we'll find out what that is called next time.
Oh,
So this is where we're going to end our Act 1. But don't everyone panic immediately. I think we've
Okay.
got a medical going into the medical, Soli and Salkuldia going into the medical bay. Pal and Null is heading into the cantina at Shady Town. I think now would be a great time to get some experience. What do you think?
Oh, yes, please.
That's it. Basically what I do is I beg for experience. Please,
All
please,
right.
please give me XP.
Well, although Null has almost ruined this for everyone, everyone's going to get
What?
20 experience for surviving Act 1.
I don't know if that's fair.
He
Okay,
almost
20
killed you in the first episode. He was hot
That's
dogging
part of
it.
the, that's part of the parcel. Yes, you're right. We don't get the you continue to breathe bonus if we're not breathing. So,
Exactly. And
I hardly
the
feel
first
like
time you sit at a
blaming
table
myself.
and you don't get the experience for surviving, you start really appreciating that experience every time after that.
Well, probably.
It's not like I got a critical wound or anything.
The ship did. You ate a full critical on your U-wing. It was
Oh,
ouchies.
they got that repaired.
Yes,
You
yeah.
did.
And they were bored. They needed it. So you gave them something to do. That's good.
They needed focus.
All right. Let's talk about some additional points.
Ooh.
Who moved the story the most? Who was the plot advancer? Who gets the plot XP? Anybody want to nominate anyone?
I think I would like to nominate Eileen for playing Salkuldia as somebody who is jumping right into the action and always has an opinion to express.
Yeah, and checking back with the
I
checking
think
back
she
with
did
command.
a lot for the plot.
I'm agreeing with that. She captured the ISB agent. Yeah, I agree. Anybody object to that? Anybody got another suggestion? If not, I think I'm there.
No, it works for me. Either that or everyone has done a little things for the plot, but she's largely been focused on doing the mission.
Yeah, I think you've got some mission stuff almost
Yeah,
every
she's
episode.
very focused on the mission.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Salkuldia gets the 5 XP for the plot point. Awesome. All right. What about the combat point? We had combat. We could do a combat point. Who gets that?
I feel Nuv since he took
Right.
last.
He did. He wasted that
And he,
stormtrooper
and
and
he
then
also
got lit
shot
up.
the guy. Like he had a very tense
Yeah.
Star Wars drama, pew pew sort of thing. So I think Nuv gets the combat
I would
point.
give
I
that
nominate
to
him.
Yeah,
Yep.
Salkuldia's was good with I'm going to hack in combat
Agreed.
and then stun, but like for raw combat, I think Nullus gets it. Yep.
Yes.
Yep, Nullus gets a 5 there. All right, how about the character point? Who's playing their character like really? Who's playing their motivation really well?
Well, I think Soli gets that because she has got a Salcudia as well. Both of you two have been playing your characters with lots of background, and that's very engaging and very interesting and makes a lot of sense.
I'm there, and if we were just doing this episode, I think this would be Nullus. But if you count all 4 that went into Act 1, I think I'm with Soli on this one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Soli gets a 5 for that. All right, comedy point.
I think my sudden unexpected assault is probably the funniest thing that happened so far.
That was funny.
Personally. And that's only because everyone else is getting 5 points, and now I'm begging for 5. So I nominate myself.
You nominate yourself.
Well, we'll have one more after this.
I think Salcodia.
No.
Just putting that ISB agent over.
That was pretty good.
And Salcodia actually also because of Salcodia's recurring behavior of
your door just like
cat
opened.
wants XP.
Does your cat want XP? What is
I
that?
think your cat wants XP.
Cat wants XP.
Yeah. Get out of here. She agrees.
So funny.
Oh man, Twitch is loving Shady Town is coming up. So.
But I feel Salcodia's habit of like hacking stuff and not necessarily doing it, and then hitting it with their giant club tail is
Yes,
is
I think the
recurring
tail
joke. That's funny.
is a severe advantage in humor.
Yeah,
totally
and the way you tend to that's the frustration move. I like. I don't know why it's so much fun when your character's
Keep
frustrated.
picturing her so
but it
broody
is.
with their giant axe
Yeah.
weapon.
All right, I'm there.
Scowling at stuff.
Favoring that glaive.
I think
Very
Salcodia gets it. Salcodia
Yes.
gets comedy points.
Yeah, absolutely.
How much? 100 XP?
Eileen.
5
another
each for
5.
this. All right, now we're at the cool points. These are the best. So, everyone, nominate somebody for doing something cool in the first act.
Oh man.
Nominate everyone.
I know.
No,
No, just keep it to
doing
one
the-
because you
for
guys will
snagging
bleed
the
me
Y-wing
for
like a total,
experience if I let you
rebel.
do that.
Although Pal did convince me to do that so we could split the party after we split the party.
That's right. There was some splits on splits and then rejoining and then splitting again.
Yep.
Right.
Now, we were really keeping Ross on his toes with that maneuver.
Mhm.
I do like that. All right. I like it. Pal, that's 5 XP. That was pretty
I
cool.
get 5. Yay! Thank you, everyone.
Definitely.
Anyone else have a nomination?
I think it's pretty cool that Nullus stole a Y-wing when his own ship was right there,
Right?
all ready to fly,
Right?
and he goes and he just hey, this is cool. I'm gonna sit down in the seat here, and wow, this is fantastic. I got bombs.
Yes.
Why did you steal Y-Wing with bombs? Yeah. All right. I feel like
And we're not stealing it; we're requisitioning it.
Whatever.
Because it was a smaller ship than the U-wing.
he says as he drops
just
bombs on
wanted to
Shady
fly it,
Town.
so he just
That's
took it.
because we think about them both together, and they're both absolutely. It doesn't matter anyway. Yeah.
I'm gonna use bombs on your hut
medical
I
subplot.
think the thing is that it's a different ship to fly with different parameters, and
I do like it,
you know, this
bored.
one's to fly something else.
Yep, I get it. Yep. No, let's get the 5 XP for that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right, Eileen. Pal, when he went into medical bay and started
Stole all this.
just stealing stuff randomly,
Requisitioned.
yeah. Gosh, that's my middle name. I should.
I know that's
Well,
your.
that-
Yeah.
That's my duty, for heaven's sakes. All right, yeah, I really like that too, Eileen. That was awesome when Pal went in there and just oh yeah, stim packs. Okay, stuff.
So Coldia Eileen or Joe, do you have a nomination?
Mine
What,
was-
for doing
yeah,
something
what's
cool?
yours?
Yes.
I think I already nominate Nuv.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
I can. You want me to say something else?
No,
Something cool
that's
somebody
fine.
did?
Who hasn't made a nomination yet for the cool point?
Oh, I don't know.
So I thought-
I was chiming in with Eileen's.
Yeah, I think Nullus
Yes.
and Soli.
I think Eileen hasn't made a nomination.
Yes.
Mine was the Medbay Pal thing.
Okay, so Pal gets 5 XP for that, and then Joshua, I think we were still missing one from you.
Are we back to this? I just nominated someone for something cool.
What was it?
Nominate somebody for something else cool.
Something else cool that happened.
Yes.
Okay,
Seriously,
so
I'm trying to give you 5 more XP. What are you complaining about?
and I'm
I
going
don't
to come
even
up with something
understand now.
right
I
here.
don't
and
even
I really
understand.
think it's the
Twitch,
triumph.
are you following this? They're like beating
It's the
XP
triumph
out of
that
me, and I'm
Soli
trying to give
made.
5
That's
more.
what I was just gonna say.
The triumph that Soli made, so now that she's got the fan, even though it came around to bite her with the despair,
Absolutely.
sort of, kind of.
I like
but
that
not
builds
really.
the character now. You've got like a super fan.
I
And
think that's
Soli's
kind of
hoverboard
amusing.
Discovery.
The hoverboard was great
Kind of
too.
clutch.
Absolutely. Done.
Yes.
All right.
Another 5 points for her.
So the way this is going to work is we're actually going to take the break next week. So you have a little time. Spend your XP. And then when we come back for the start of Act 2, we will tell everybody what you're going to buy with it.
All right.
Yes.
And the start of the next act, are you going to distribute some more duty?
I think you have to hit it first, don't you? Am I not?
I was asking you, Game Master. We'll
Yeah,
find
I
out
will
later.
refresh myself on the duty mechanic. We actually forgot to roll it for this too, so that is a very naughty on me. So
I think
we'll
we
have to roll.
deserve some.
We'll have to
for
roll it twice
I
next
think
time.
Next act, the duty.
Yeah, I don't know if you get duty. Like you wrecked the base, you broke the door, smashed the alarm, stole some
This
stuff.
place needs to be shaken up. It's our duty to keep the rebellion moving forward, not
All
nap.
right.
Exactly. These people
Literally.
have
Yeah.
to sleep.
Excellent. All right. Well, I think that will do it for the episode, everyone.
Over so quick.
Yeah, everybody, say bye to everybody.
Bye. Thank you so much for watching.
All right. See you all next week. Same Parsh time,
2
same
weeks.
Parsh channel.
Well, technically
No,
2
2
weeks, but
weeks.
thank you. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Oh, that's too long.
Oh.
I know.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to the show tonight. We really appreciate it. We appreciate all the support, and we love all the Twitch chat. I hope you enjoyed the first act and our first our first attempt to stream. Sorry, it's been a long game, and now they're laughing at me, and this is great. It's hard to do outros when you're getting made fun of. We hope you enjoyed it. It's the first act of the Partisans of Parsh. Come back for Act 2. We're going to take next week off. We might do something special in this time slot, but we're not going to be doing the game as normal. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. I should have really looked up what time that is. It's definitely in October, and my calendar is broken. Hold on, here it comes. It's not the 2nd, it's the 9th. So we'll be back on October 9th for the start of Act 2 and the 5th episode of the Partisans of Parsh. If you want to find out more about Dice for Brains, head over to diceforbrains.com. And if you want to become one of our patrons, like Brendan, who is completely allowing us to do this show, you can head over to patreon.com/diceforbrains. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for attending, and I will see you all next time. Thanks. Bye.